And we are live, everybody! How's it going? My name is MrHurriicane, and welcome to today's live stream. This is the Chicago Bears franchise on Madden 18. Today we begin the preseason here in the 4th year of the franchise, coming off what is the most controversial off-seasons that I have ever done on my channel, period. We made a lot of moves this off-season to try and get better, and we'll see if those moves result in us actually being a better football team. How's everyone doing? Good to be here with you. It's a little bit later than I normally stream. I was taking some time to work on some stuff, but I think that it should be a good time for most to settle in and catch some of the game today. We're going to play one game, and then I'll do a stream again here in the near future. That's going to be games 2 and 3. So today's a chance to see the first impression of some of the rookies, and they'll be the highlight of what we do today. I plan to get a couple quarters of playing time for our new starting quarterback, Kayson Stites, the rookie out of Texas. Now, we traded away Mitchell Trubisky, and I knew I wanted to find a new quarterback. We ended up taking Kayson Stites, who has worse short accuracy than Mitchell Trubisky, but he's a better deep ball passer. He's a different kind of quarterback, and I'm hoping that the XP early on helps him develop into a good quarterback that's ready to start early in his career. I cleaned out the quarterback room entirely, and I traded away Andrew Leonard to the Browns for Kayson Shore. Shore is a very different quarterback than Stites. He is not a deep ball passer. His arm is not as strong, but he is a very accurate short passer. So now we have two quarterbacks that fit two different kind of methodologies of offense. And I think that with the competition here, Stites is the starter until further notice. But now we have a new backup that if things need to change, we have to go short passes. We have a quarterback who excels in that area. We also have Troy Kittner and Darian Sims who will try to make the team or the practice squad. So, I think we all know basically the story of this team now. Kayson Stites is the new quarterback. We go and get Joe Thomas to be a tackle on the right side for us. We end up going to the defensive side to make some moves as we add David Onyemata. We trade away Akeem Hicks. And we have some new pass rushers in Matthew Judon, who's going to get some playing time today. Carlos Romero could be a starter as he battles it out with Judon and Carl Lawson. At middle linebacker, we no longer have Danny Trevathan as we added Reggie Ragland instead. At corner, we added some young players here, and we have a lot of competition to see who is going to get roster spots. And then at safety, Eddie Jackson, Adrian Amos, with competition behind them to make the roster. Oh, and at wide receiver, how about Ed Acho, one of our best draft picks on paper, as he becomes our third receiver with immense potential. And like I said in the edited off season, we now have 3 receivers who have adequate speed or better. They're all at least 6'2". They run good routes. I think our receiving core can do some damage this year. We have some speed now to work the slot as well. I want to push the field a lot more this season because of our deep ball quarterback, our receivers who can make plays downfield, and then underneath you have Kendall Demmons and Jakeem Grant, 2 speedy receivers that might be our 2 speed threats when the season starts. So I think we're about ready to begin action today. No Kalispell players, and it wouldn't make sense to add anybody with Madden 19 not that far away. That wouldn't be a great payoff. Where's Sanford? Oh, man. Sanford's in Oakland. Also, there was one more player I was going to check. I'm starting to get mixed up here. If I was talking about my Bears franchise or my Browns rebuild, there was one more player I needed to check, and I forgot what series it was. We have the first super chat of the day. Thank you very much. This one is from Leo. How's it going, Kane? Looking forward to season 4. Going really well. Had a pretty productive day so far working on the second channel and now breaking out the stream for for this. This is the only piece of content coming to the channel today, and there will be another stream here in a couple days. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the next day. I wanted to make Clay Stites, Lester Stallings, and I think one of the younger corners a focus player. I want to go to Shaquille Tull, who's a 71 overall, and he's got some rock solid ratings, and maybe he becomes even our nickelback this year. That'd be pretty cool. Actually, I don't think it saves right there when you do that. No, it doesn't. Browns, the Jets safety. Yes, that's right now. It was, what was it? Manning, the safety. 8.0 combine. I don't do the drills in here because I'm pretty sure the CPU doesn't do the drills. So I think just bronze XP keeps everything even. All right. We're taking on the Denver Broncos in this game. I have dropped the quarter length to 13 minutes, and the sliders are all the same for what I was using at the end of last season. Same playbooks for now, although I might experiment with some 4-3 that has been suggested because we might fit that scheme better now than we did before. So, we'll think about it. What's the Kalispell schedule? Well, we're going to have... Tomorrow is going to be Twins, and that's Thursday. I'll look to do Kalispell either Friday or Saturday in that regard, and have another Bears stream accompany things. Got a couple more super chats here during the loading screen. Good timing, guys. 27 Super Yankees says, Ocho in the slot reminds me of Eric Decker. I love that comp. I think that makes a lot of sense. Hama, thank you for the super chat. Yo, Kane back again. Rodney Rambo. Is that what RR means? Love you, my guy. Thank you, Hama. And I know you want to see some Rodney Rambo. I think eventually you'll get your wish. Ethan, thank you for the super chat. Been subscribed since Phillip Brooks. Keep it up. That's a very long time ago. NCAA 12 Road to Glories. I'll tell you what, Phillip Brooks is in my new Super Mega Baseball series. All right, we're going to play some football today. The games don't count, but we still care, right? Here's Mike Simmons. You always got to watch out for the receiver who has a single-digit number in camp because that means he is a long shot to make the roster. Hama sends another super chat. Bring back Rodney Rambo, my guy. He's a legend. I know he's a legend. His story, though, needs to be completed. So, this is going to be fun. Seeing what Clay Stites can do, and hopefully he plays as well as he did in the practice. One more super chat here before the opening snap. From JC. Hi, Kane, been watching since the Raiders franchise. Keep up the good work. That being said, how would you like to be on my radio show to talk baseball or sports in general? I've gotten some requests in the past. You can message me and we can talk about it perhaps. But let's start out the game here. Clay Stites. He's going to open with a deep ball down the middle. Cut by Regis at the 30. 44 yards. And that's what this offense needs a lot more of this season. We need that big play element. We don't get a quarterback like Clay Stites that just dink and dunk. And we also signed Joe Thomas. So I'm hoping that we have the time in the pocket to make things like this a regular part of what we do. So Stites to Regis. Good first play. In numbers, accessories, they are not all final. I tried editing some before I started streaming today, but didn't have enough time to do it in depth. I'm gonna pause the music here. Let's play some ball. Stites handing it. Oh, come on. Howard broke a tackle, and that won't matter. Left guard there whiffed. I will do a lot of pausing here when I want to show you certain players because this is all about evaluation more so than performance, like results anyway. So we have a new left guard, and this is Lester Stallings, the 3rd round selection. And he ends up working off his double team, but he doesn't see Brandon Marshall. And if he's able to hit that block, you know, we probably have at least 3-4 yards there. So the young guard needs to make sure he's ready to be our starter here, as he is given the job right now. We'll see if he can keep it. Play Stites at quarterback. And, oh man, I wanted to go underneath there, but didn't have the time. Eventually the pressure gets there. I'm sure that pass rush will still be somewhat of a concern this year, but it should be a lot better with Joe Thomas on the line. 3rd and 17 now. No blitz from Denver. And again, pressured and sacked. That's back-to-back sacks for the Broncos on Clay Stites. Let's talk about this one. And it looks like Stallings not having the best opening possession. Everyone else, well, the double team got split there at the end. But a tough first possession here for Lester Stallings. Hopefully the best has yet to come. I want to get him some extra playing time as well. We'll kick it. Joe Thomas is on the right side. I have Frederick Chickalo on the left side with Stallings because I tend to run left. So I wanted my best run blockers on that side. I have a super chat here from BCB. Been here since Madden 11. Also a diehard Vikings fan. How are you feeling about the Vikes this year? Madden 11 is where it all started. I appreciate that. How am I feeling about the Vikes? I feel pretty good. I like the roster a lot. I think that the defense is pretty stacked. And, you know, it's all about the Kirk Cousins transition, which I think Cousins will play well. It's just a matter of, does he stop making some of the mistakes that cost him in Washington? Because he's always put up big yards and big numbers. He's a great fantasy quarterback, but is he going to throw the same boneheaded interceptions that he's thrown for 3 years? Hopefully this year, you know, they can drill it into him that, hey, our defense is good. You don't got to be the hero on every play. Go get us 24 to 28 points and we'll win 9 times out of 10. Don't take the unnecessary risks. If you're going to take a risk, make sure it's one that makes sense. If they can do that for Kirk Cousins, I think it'll be a good season. 3rd and 1. Here's Simeon off the rollout. Lets it go for Thomas, and that's a first down. A super chat here again from Hama. He's got a few in here. I remember when you did the Vikes for franchise, Madden 11, never forget the good old days. Oh, and that and Rodney Rambo, never forget him either. I know you're not going to let me forget, so there's no chance of that happening. And you're a Vikes fan, Skol. And thank you for the super chat from Hawkness. Appreciate it. All caught up. Thoughts on Rashad Penny pick? I surprised some people with this opinion when it happened, but I liked Rashad Penny more than Darius Geis, and I thought he was the 2nd or 3rd best back in this class. I did like Penny a lot. Surprised he went in the 1st, but hopefully it kind of justifies how much I liked him as a prospect. Now, if Seattle can't block for him, it might not work out, so who knows. How do you think the Packers will do this year? Honestly, I'm pretty low on the Packers right now, even with Aaron Rodgers coming back, just because they have some new faces, and I think it'll take a while for the defense to mesh. Plus, I think that the NFC is so good, and the division is going to be so competitive that I just don't think they can win the same way they used to. I think their defense will continue to hold them back in a way. And I don't think adding Jimmy Graham is all that impactful. He takes the Jordy Nelson red zone targets, so I think it's kind of a lateral move. Simeon on 2nd down. Pass rush gets there, but they can't get there entirely, and the pass is picked by Amukamara. And we'll take over at our 11-yard line. Who do you think will win the AFC West this year? Go Chargers, because eventually they need to live up to their potential. Although that team, they seem to be just as cursed as Minnesota sometimes with their injuries. Hunter Henry already out for the season. That's terrible. From the 11-yard line, it's going to be Stites up the middle. Stallings again, not holding up. So that is definitely a concern. Let's go back to the shotgun here and try to stretch the field a little bit. Second down and 10. We'll go down the middle. It's on target for Adam Shaheen. Hopefully the tight ends can stay healthy this year. Shaheen's been really good when healthy in this series when given the chances. Just hasn't been all that often. First and 10. Oh, thought that was going to get away from him for a little bit, but the pass is hauled in by Regis. I will let Stites play with the backups as well for some extra reps. And then we'll see Kayson Shore in the second half. Again, back to pass. And caught by Ed Acho as I change his number to 13. Ross is in the backfield now. Let's go quick pitch to the outside. Toss out. And Ross doesn't have the room to work. But I think that we'll still call a lot of tosses this year and stretches. Stallings is a pretty good athlete, so if he's leading the way, he can do a lot of the same things that Kyle Long did well. He's just more powerful than Long. I think he's an upgrade, just as long as he stops getting beat every snap. Stites puts it up, and that one's a little overthrown as Shaheen didn't really separate on that play. If you're going to miss, at least miss long. 3rd and 12. Let's open things up once again. Let's go empty. JC says, follow me on Twitter. I can message you the details. Yeah, I can't promise anything, but we can talk. 3rd down and 12. Did just bring 3. Stites! Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. All right, underneath coverage. Didn't stay underneath very far. Just want to see this one again. For some reason, I thought this defender was going to stay low and open up the deep out, and that just never happened. All right, so still some protection issues up front. Stites is throwing some accurate passes. We'll get it figured out, hopefully. O'Donnell to kick it. Hawkness sends a super chat. How would you feel about doing a Seahawks Madden 19 CFM? They probably won't be the team I select, but I think they're a good team this year just because the defense now needs to be repaired, and I'm sure there are going to be a lot of people out there trying to do Legion of Boom 2.0 rebuilds. And it's not a bad team to rebuild when you have Russell Wilson on the other side with Doug Baldwin. Simeon on target again. There's Demarius Thomas with his second grab. Super chat from DJ South. Hey, Kane, big fan since Minnesota year 6. I'm a Charger fan and think this has to be the year we break the glass ceiling with the West down this year. I hope so because I like that team so much. And I keep praising them year in and year out, it seems. So I want to be vindicated in that regard. I just can't believe that they haven't been more successful. But this should be the year. Wow. That one zip past Pernell McPhee pretty nicely. Not the best player in coverage. I'm sure his speed is down toward the low 70s now. So especially in passing situations, he's going to be a liability if he drops back. I feel good about the Chargers, though. That defense, that's probably a top 5 defense. And the offense, they're pretty good as well with Rivers and Gordon, Keenan Allen. The offensive line's gotten better. Hunter Henry, losing him does hurt. He was really good last year. I wonder, is Antonio Gates still a free agent? I'd expect them to bring him back now. Simeon, second down. Short. Good tackle. Going to use a timeout here, which I do often in the preseason when I don't want a quarter to end quite yet. Hama sends a super chat. Honestly, I think the Titans are coming out of nowhere this year. I mean, Skull, but no one realizes how much talent they got. I feel pretty good with the Titans as well. It's just that's a tough division, especially if Deshaun Watson comes back healthy and plays at a high level. Battlefield 5 looks interesting. I wasn't able to, did they do the reveal yet? Because I was looking forward to it, but I'm guessing it's just already happened. I missed it. If it's World War II, I'm not as interested because I prefer modern settings, but I'll still take a look. That one is not even close as Denver turns it over. Thank you for the comment, DeAndre. You've been watching since the Panthers series. Could not stop watching your videos. The Panthers series was a lot of fun. I just wish I had Lance Adams in a game where the DB wide receiver interactions were where they are now. So far, running behind Stallings, being protected by Stallings, it has not been the best experience. But I think he should play with the backups to see if he can at least dominate that competition. They're going to blitz now. Quick! Oh, man. Tried to hit Regis there. At least the throws have been accurate. And if we get some more time to throw, I'll try to up the degree of difficulty on some of these passes. Like, if we have time here for Acho, I'd love to throw that ball. Uh-oh. Now Chicolo gets beat. Yeah, this team can rush the passer. I don't want to see their starters anymore. All right, first quarter's over. Let's hope the second one's a little bit better. Got to edit the depth chart here in a second. I'll let Stites play out the rest of this half. But as far as backups go, I really want to see Sean Price. I know our other running backs pretty well, so we're going to see these undrafted running backs along with Joseph Brookins. Then at receiver, I want to put Kendall Demons in the slot. I definitely want to see a lot of Marquis Cole. He hasn't had many chances, but when he gets them, they're electrifying. I want to see DJ Hackney and Aaron Singletary at tight end. Then Dion Dawkins, that's cool. I still want to see Lester Stallings at left guard. Then Underwood. We'll put Javonte McKinney in the game. And Tony Garcia. Dante Rooks. He should dominate here with the way he plays. Matt Judon. Let's go. Calhoun and Ragland. Carl Lawson. At corner. Let's go Tull in the slot. Dre on the outside with Callahan. Then Benjamin. Let's get Ray Onubon in there. See if the coverage is really that much of a concern. All right, let's play some football again. Carson sends a super chat. Could we get a backstory on a potential rivalry between your Oklahoma and Texas quarterbacks? I guess that could be possible because Shore, they would have been separated by 1 year, so they could have played each other in college. That's a good idea. How did you get Jakeem Grant? He was just available, and I signed him to a 1-year contract. When I have players that fit roles on the team. So, like, Kendall Demons was the deep ball receiver. I don't like having just one player that fits that role in case somebody gets hurt. So I have Demons. I now have Jakeem Grant because his talent was just too good to turn down. And then Mike Simmons, who are all deep threats. Do you think that the NFC South will have 3 playoff teams again? No, I don't. I guess it's possible. But if I think about it right now, I can see one of the wild cards coming out of the North because the Packers, Lions, and Vikings should all be in that conversation. Then in the South, you have the Falcons, the Saints, and the Panthers. I just don't think they'll get both wild cards this year. I'd be shocked. 3rd and 5. It's quickly caught by Jake Butt for a first down. Where's the cashews? I got them right here. I just wasn't that hungry. But since you asked, I will eat the crumbs. Very good stuff. You ever notice that cashews taste like those, like crackers and cheese you used to take to school for lunch? That's what cashews taste like. With the red stick. Chad Kelly hands it to Corey Clement. And they get about 5 yards. Almonds are better. I disagree. Although, I've had some toasted almond ice cream before, and I think it was the best ice cream I ever had. And the almonds were amazing. But I have never had, like, almonds again that were that good. They give it to Clement, and he tries to take it out to the right side, but we stuff him. 3rd down. Oh, Judon already got hurt. Low back strain. That's not a major injury. Should be out for the rest of the game. One of my favorite things to do on 3rd down in these situations is to force a quick pass that's going to be contested. 3rd and 5. Here we go. And Kelly gets it out quickly, and it's dropped by Aguilar. So, not how I expected this to happen, but it's the result I was hoping for. Another super chat from Hama. I honestly think the Titans are coming out of nowhere this year. Wait, was that the same? Oh, no. Just kind of reiterating your point. Coaching change was all they needed? Yeah, the coaching change didn't surprise me. And we'll see if Vrabel can take him to that next step. Scoreless here in the 2nd quarter as we're taking this kick. It's Kendall Demmons out to the right-hand side. He gets a couple blocks, justifies the whole return, and I wanted to bring it all the way back. Eventually, I'm going to get that long highlight reel return, but it might take a couple more Maddens. Would you ever do a rebuild of the Packers without Aaron Rodgers? That would be an interesting rebuild. Like a life after Aaron Rodgers scenario. I'm not against doing a series ever with the Packers, and I almost brought Matt Pierre to Green Bay in that series, but the opportunity, I saw an opportunity, and then I think like Rodgers retired or something, and so I wasn't going to do it. All right, Clay Stites still in the game. We're going to see the deep ball for Cole, and it's off his hands. Got it. Marquis Cole, are you kidding me? 48 yards. Have you seen that before in Madden? Clay Stites puts the ball exactly where it needs to be, and Cole juggles it, but comes down with it, secured. That's outstanding. Marquis Cole has a knack for the highlight play. That's what I know. His release isn't great, and you notice that. Even with his great speed, he doesn't separate here. So he's got to win contested battles until he develops his skills more. So he high points it, bobbled, and diving catch. That is wild. I don't know why. But ever since I started doing these YouTube videos, my series tend to have just wacky stuff happen. I don't know what it is. I just play the games, and things happen. Back to throw again with Stites. Lobs it outside. Perfect placement. Touchdown, Kendall Demmons. Ooh, man, he drops it in the bucket, doesn't he? Clay Stites. How about that for a possession? Another super chat from Hama saying, man, $45 is enough for the week. I'm going to have to make my way out, but never forget, and I won't stop until my dreams come true. Thank you for the super chats. That's very generous of you, and I appreciate it very much. And eventually, Rodney Rambo will see a channel of mine again. So Clay Stites, from the practice we did during the offseason to the game so far today, we got to be impressed with his arm talent. I don't know what it is because his accuracy ratings, his medium and short accuracies are worse than Trubisky's. But, you know, with traits and awareness, I don't know what could be different. That's why I put so much stock into the gameplay. Because at the end of the day, we want results. What's your opinion on the Eagles cutting Michael Kendricks? Not too surprising. The rumors were they tried to trade him for like the last 2 years. So they saved a little bit of money there, which they weren't exactly flush with cap space. And I do wonder if the Vikings have interest just because, you know, they could use more competition for Ben Gideon. And you can't tell me having him on the same team as his brother would be a negative. 2nd and 10 for Chad Kelly. He's got the one-on-one shot broken up by Bryce Callahan. Who do you think had the best draft? I put the Bears in that conversation. I loved what they did. Especially with Roquan Smith and Anthony Miller. The Bears tend to take players I like, it seems. So, I like their draft. Here is Riley Dixon kicking it away to Kendall Demmons. Oh, come on. You got to block. No help. Now let's get an idea for how mobile, Clay Stites is. He has what I would call kind of average mobility. The speed is okay. Let's just stop and fire quickly here as Singletary makes the catch, and Stites is now 7 for 10, 158 in the air. I tend to forget about the running game in preseason. I do want to do a better job of not doing that. So, in the backfield here, this is the undrafted rookie. And this is Price on the return, taking it wide. He'll make a move and finish to the 47-yard line. Sean Price has very good speed, and he offers you a little bit of elusiveness. He has some moves, he has some power. So, one of the more interesting undrafteds on the team right now. Get that one to DJ Hackney, and we'll get another 2 yards. Do you think the real NFL preseason will be more exciting this year with all these rookie quarterbacks? Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if the ratings happen to be like better than normal for the preseason games. And I know I'm more excited just because rookie quarterbacks generate so much interest. Because until you know they're great or not, there's always that intrigue. Here's Stites on target. Cameron Crane with the catch. If Stites gets time, he can throw the rock. He's a fun player. Ethan, thank you for the super chat. Do you think the Saints will improve next season after free agency and the draft? I think it depends on what they get out of Marcus Davenport in year one. Uh-oh, that one's overthrown, so Stites is not perfect. I think the Saints are going to be okay because their defense they added a lot of young players who were really good right away. So I think with another year of experience, they'll probably be even better. There's a pass for Hackney. Catch is made. And I don't think Breeze has really shown any signs of slowing down or that he can't throw the ball the way he always has. The Saints had a very slim window to get this figured out, because if they went like 5-11 last year, do you think Breeze stays? They happened to knock one of the most important drafts in team history out of the park. And now it's really opened up their window again as that ball gets picked off. Trying to throw it up for Marquis Cole in the end zone. So a Clay Stites interception ends this drive. Mark Ingram is suspended. Is that a big thing? I think so. They had a really good system going last year, and now someone else is going to have to pick up those touches. I don't have the roster fresh in my memory, so I can't remember who would get those carries now. Bring back Tim Hightower. Let him do it. From the 22, Chad Kelly underneath. Good tackle. And an injury. And that's Ragland. Now, I'm assuming Reggie Ragland has a lower injury rating because he did suffer an injury in his rookie season. So he'll have to exit. Yes, of course, Kamara will take the touches. A lot of them. But the Saints have never been like a one-back do-it-all offense. Not in recent history. That's why they were both fantasy relevant last year. Handing it to Clement. Good tackle by Calhoun. I'm guessing that we'll see Kamara get a larger workload, but probably not dramatically. I think part of why he was so good last year is because he wasn't overworked. Kelly has 2 minutes to work with, and this one's complete. Callahan there in tight coverage. Oh yeah, Boston Scott. Louisiana Tech, right? Yeah, he was really interesting. I know Pro Football Focus liked him a lot. He graded really well for them. So he's one option. He was like a 6th round pick though, so you can't just expect he'll be incredible. But you can find good running backs anywhere, including at free agency. Alex Anzalone there on the tackle. Who do you think is the best rookie quarterback, IRL? I like Baker Mayfield the most in this past draft. There's Jake Butt for about 3. Let's call a timeout there and see if we can get this ball back. Uh-oh. Did not have the slot covered well. And another drop. What's wrong with this team? That's their third down drop, as we have suffered another injury. The injury setting is not very high, by the way. Last year it was higher to begin, and then by the end of the year, like, nobody was hurt. So, I'm not going to overreact to injuries right now. Especially because they're minor. It happens. It's football. Carson, thank you for the latest super chat. Have you considered randomly suspending players in either of your franchises for off-the-field problems like arguing with coaches, PEDs, or etc.? Thought about it, but I kind of like just going with what the game throws at me, which obviously they don't do like suspensions and stuff like that. Maybe one day I'll change it up. My formula's been pretty static for a number of years. We'll run the ball a lot more in the second half, but a perfect time for Clay Stites to continue showing what he's all about. Back to pass again. Oh no, I wanted that R1 throw. Why'd you take that from me? I wanted to see if he can make it. I really wanted to see Stites throw that deep corner route. Third down and 10. Put it up for Hackney. Downfield, it's knocked away. All right, it's still been a good half for Stites. I bet you won't respond. Just prove you wrong. 27 Super Yankees sends a super chat. The Saints need Tank Tucker for inside runs. That would get the job done. That would soften up the defense for Alvin Kamara to keep doing what he did a year ago. What was his average per touch last year? It was incredible. He did so much on so few opportunities, relatively speaking. So Denver is like afraid to throw it more than 3 yards down the field, so I don't expect much in this half to end it. Can you do Fortnite? Be careful what you ask for. I am terrible at that game. Like I said a couple of streams ago, when I play Fortnite, my average session goes like this. I get into the game, get into the bus, glide out of the bus, look for a weapon as I land, after I land, and then, what was that? And then proceed to find somebody else who has a better weapon than I, and I die, and then I close the application and don't come back to it for a while. Third and 11, maybe the last play of this half entirely. And our defense did a really good job, especially against the run. Did have some luck, though, when it came to all the drops. So, 7-0 as we take it into the second half. Had some fun moments there with Clay Stites, and his day is going to be over now. We're going to see what we can do now with Kayson Shore. Or do we want one more possession? One more possession, maybe. There were some starters on defense I didn't want out there, so allow me to make some changes. Let's get Rashard Witzel in there, the 7th round selection. Martinez Strahan. Instead of Ragland, we'll go Alex Anzalone and Hayes Heyman. And an outside backer. I guess we'll go with more Carlos Romero because everyone's getting hurt. Put Clayton Coleman there with Alex Bird at strong. Just making sure I didn't miss any super chats earlier, and that return was interesting for a moment. I think I'm all caught up here. How do you let your defense play without you doing anything? Hold L1, and they will do their assignment as they're supposed to. You can't hold it until after the ball is snapped, though. From the 24-yard line, Clement, why'd you make that move? Still a 7-yard run. What did you think of the Rams offseason moves? I love the aggressive approach. I mean, the NFC is an arms race right now. Look how competitive it is. You know, teams are going to suffer injuries. You're going to have to beat the best of the best. So, for the Rams to go and trade for Marcus Peters, go get Aqib Talib, and to make the other moves they made, and Ndamukong Suh. Like, if you got the cap room, and if you have a quarterback on a rookie contract, you probably have the cap room. You make the most of your window. It's the absolute right approach. Thoughts on the Lev Bell situation? Pay him or let him walk? Would he get what he wants on the open market? I would argue that he would get what he wants on the open market. Oh my, there goes Corey Clement. And the reason being is because I think there would be a team who has a lot of cap space that would just be willing to pay a lot of money. Maybe on, not like a 5-year contract, but imagine, what is the number he wants? Isn't it like 16 mil? I do think there would be a team out there that would offer him like 2 years and $38 million or something ridiculous. $36 million. Because for 2 years, who cares? That's not going to hurt you long term. What do I think overall? I'm very conflicted on what I think the Steelers should do, but I'm not conflicted on what I think about what Le'Veon should do, which is just keep playing on the franchise tag, because the way his career is going right now, you do have to wonder how long it can stay like this, because he touched the ball last year 400 times, which is just incredible. And he takes a lot of contact. And at running back, you know that you don't have the longest career ahead of you anyway. In most cases, not everybody can be Frank Gore. So for Le'Veon, just keep playing on the tag. I think eventually he gets big money. But I don't know if I were the Steelers if I'd be okay paying him what he's asking for. I have to see their cap situation, but I mean, when they're paying Big Ben what they're paying, Antonio Brown, that offensive line, I don't know if there's room. And if they did pay Le'Veon Bell, they'd probably have the highest percentage of cap dedicated to offense in the NFL. They might already be up there. Uh-oh, Price almost got loose there. NFL's history has shown that trying to buy a title in the NFL doesn't work and often fails miserably. I think that the narrative is beginning to change, though. I think we're seeing teams that know what they're doing in free agency, and they end up making the difference. Some of those additions. The Eagles added to their pass rush. You know, the Patriots went out and got like Brandon Cooks. They didn't win the Super Bowl last year, but they lost it. Oh, wow. He read that, but then didn't react very well to the throw as Demmons makes the reception. Giving Stites one more drive here because it's just been so much fun to play with him so far. Oops. Block for me, please. They're going to bring the extra rusher. Here's Stites to the sideline. I've seen all I need to see. That was a good throw. That was still a good throw. You can't throw it much better than that. Cameron Crane just couldn't secure it. We'll finish out this possession and then we'll switch quarterbacks. But who wants to follow that up? Sean Price on the handoff. Should have cut back to the middle there. He feels really fast. Third and 4 for Clay Stites. Rolling out on the move, on the money to Cameron Crane. Clay Stites, everybody. He's putting on a show here in his preseason debut. What's next for Stites? That is complete to DJ Hackney. Excellent catch. The quarterback's making the receivers look good, and the receivers are making the quarterback look good. This is beautiful. Handoff Sean Price. Down to the 5. Handoff up the middle. This one goes to Fitzgerald for a couple. Third and goal. Trying to find the end zone once again. Third and goal. Blitz picked up nicely. Caught. No, it's dropped by Marquis Cole. All right. So no touchdown here for Chicago. But how about Clay Stites? All right, so let me catch up on Super Chats now. It's a bit harder to do on offense because I have to pay so much attention. And if I don't, I'm just going to get sacked and throw interceptions. And call weird plays, too. That'll happen. Thank you very much for the Super Chat from... Oh, boy. I hope I don't mess this up too bad. From Guilherme. Hope I said that correctly. What up, Kane? Can you say this for your Brazilian fans? And it's up to you to find out what it means, but it's football related. He wants me to say, and he has it in all caps, so I assume he wants me to say it in very excited fashion. Let me try to look up what it means here. It is definitely a sports announcer thing. Need to go to Portuguese to English probably to find this out. Oh, good job by Jake Butt there at the sideline. Allow me 1 second. Oh, it says we have a game. That's what it means. Timos un jogo here in Chicago. Did I do well? I have a lot of Brazilian subscribers. I enjoy communicating with various people from around the world on here. It's a lot of fun. It's one of the cool parts about doing YouTube. It's also part of why I want to stream earlier in the day. It's harder for those of you that are in later time zones. I know Brazil right now this time of year is not in a later time zone. I have a friend I talk to actually quite regularly from Brazil, so I'm a little bit aware with the time difference, which I think is 1 hour right now from central United States. Here is Kendall Demons here, and there's going to be no spectacular here. Nice pronunciation, Kane. I hope that means I did it right. What do you use to record, Kane? I use the Elgato HD60. I don't have a new one. Mine is around what is it now, about 2 to 3 years old. So it's not like the HD60S, but it's HD60. It'll do 60 frames, but I don't record in 60 frames, at least not yet. If I ever have a, get a much better computer and much better internet, then I would consider going to 60 frames, but that would just bog down everything right now. Oh, I have Stites in there still. One more throw. Oh, come on. All right, Kayson Shore. Let's get him out there. By the way, Kayson Shore, I edited his number, and I found in the player editor that he's actually a lefty, so I don't get to play with too many left-handed quarterbacks, but I always look forward to it. Is there some lag? Shouldn't be too bad. So, Kayson Shore now in the game. Made the trip here from Cleveland. There's a completion to Demons for about 4. Third down and 6. Shore. Oh, come on. Circle. No! Overthrown. Not intercepted, though. Oh, man. So, Kayson Shore, obviously, more of the quick pass specialist. And on our next possession, I'll do a better job of giving him some quick hits and showing off his accuracy. If he chooses to throw accurately, that is. 4th down and 6. We stopped them there at the 26-yard line. I appreciate all those super chats, everybody. It's very generous of you. I appreciate it. D Gamer sends one. New to your channel, love your vids. Hey from Toronto. Hello, right back at you. If you're new to the channel, know that I have a second channel as well, MrHurriicane LP. That's where I post other sports content that's different from what I do here, but it still has the same idea of, well, not everything, but I like to build teams over there too. I have a running back career mode series over there that's like 8 years in the works. In Madden years, that is. But glad to see new subscribers. Still enjoying my content. Kelly hands it to Clement on 2nd down, and they'll get a couple more. Let's try another 3rd down blitz. I love 3rd down blitzes because I'm betting on the fact that the offense won't get too aggressive. So it's like if I get beat, it's for like hopefully less than 20 yards. But I have the upside of maybe a quick sack or a pass breakup. If they were countering me more downfield, I wouldn't blitz as much. I'd be a little more scared to do so. I formation here. Chad Kelly hands it, and Clement might have gotten the first. Mega Mad Dog sends a super chat. Oh, no first down. Hey, Kane, how's life going for you? Also, have you heard about what occurred with Richie Incognito being held for a psychiatric evaluation? I saw the headline about Incognito, but didn't really go past that. I'll probably catch up on any news later on today. Kendall Demons now flying up the sideline. Good return. And how's life going? Oh, life's going really well. Can't complain right now. Pretty happy. Is everyone having a good time today? I'm having a fun time with this stream. Clay Stites is definitely a big reason why. Love your YouTube channel. It rocks. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Oh, come on. You can't trust their option routes. Like, if you sit down, you're covered. So why would you do that when you have another option? Madden has always been a very hard game to throw with anticipation. And now pressure. Hopefully Stites, or I already forgot his name here. Hopefully Shore can have a true possession here, but All these negative plays are making it tough. Another blitz coming here from Denver. We'll throw it short, and Demmons turns it up. He picks up the first down. Demmons has very good speed. And I thought he'd be the primary slot this year, but he'll have to beat out Jakeem Grant to do it. Crane dropped that one too? That's at least the second one in traffic he hasn't been able to bring in. Hands it off now. Price to the outside, and good fill by the corner. I should take Price out and maybe put in Brookins or Fitzgerald. Giving way too many snaps to certain players. Anton Fitzgerald is now going to play the other undrafted running back on this team because I have to have at least 2 new running backs every year. I look forward to it. 3rd down and 8. Here's the deep ball, and Shore out the back of the end zone. Incomplete. Again, that's not his forte. Very lower, much lower deep ball accuracy than Stites with 87 throw power. Whoops, that might be a miss. Prater's kick. No. Didn't hook at all. Demmons should be running crossing routes every play. Go spread since you want to throw it on every play anyway. I do that in the preseason. I get carried away trying to look at the quarterbacks and receivers. We could run more spread this year, though, if you consider how deep our receiving core is. Kelly going down. Nice job. Dante Rooks with his 2nd sack of the day. I do want to get him plenty of starting reps in the preseason because he's played like a starter, despite being a backup for 2 years in this series. And Kelly's pocket work in this game is just all over the place. We played the Broncos last year, and we saw the same stuff, although it was working. Thank you for the super chat, Will. Incognito threw a dumbbell at someone and went nuts. Well, threw a dumbbell at somebody. Oh, come on, Witzel. That's a deep ball, and it's picked off by Alex Bird, the ball hawk. We take over at the 39 of Denver. Rooks has to start, has to. Yeah, he does. Until further notice. He's a good player. Fitzgerald on the carry. Quickly stopped. Oh, is this like a fullback wheel with no play action? Now that's an interesting play. Haven't seen this one before that I know of. We float this one, and it's up for grabs and picked. It was off the hand of Singletary, and now Williams up the sideline. Good return. Denver turns it around. Okay, that's interesting. 2nd INT thrown by the Bears today. Is Bird the undrafted safety? He's been on the team for a couple years now. I think originally he was undrafted. He's just been a backup. Spent some time on the practice squad and whatnot. Who do you guys got going to the winning this current round of the NBA playoffs? Uh-oh, that's a good throw! And it's out of bounds. Verlin Dre lost track of Aguilar. Both series are tied up at 2, correct? Third and 5 for Chad Kelly, whose throw is off the mark. Another nice super chat here from Guilherme. I really hope I'm not messing this up terribly, but I apologize if so. Last word is more like Djoko, but that was pretty cool. Big NFL following in Brazil, and we love our catchphrases. Shout out to our boys, Alvarado and Paulo. Bowie makes the catch to move the chains. Denver not done. Is there a big NFL following in Brazil? I didn't know that. Well, I knew there was a following. I just wasn't sure how big it was. I guess I'm always surprised when American football has a large following elsewhere. Golden State in 6, Boston in 7. I want to see Golden State and Boston in the finals, personally. But how about the Vegas Golden Knights in the finals? I can't wait to watch those games. I'll watch some of the Stanley Cup playoffs for sure. I want to see an expansion team win it all. Now, I know there's some talk that the way they got to build their team through the expansion draft really gave them somewhat of an advantage. But I still think when you talk about continuity and the fact that they never played together before, that's still got to impress you, right? I forget how many players NHL teams were able to protect, but regardless, I think what they're doing is still really impressive, regardless of circumstances. Boston about to get smashed at the Garden tonight. Do you think Adam Thielen is legit or a one-year wonder? He's been playing at a high level for a couple years now. He is legit because of the way he wins. Tracks the ball really well, outstanding hands, runs good routes, has very good speed, gets off the line really well. It's just not the kind of stuff that makes you think a guy is ever going to slump. Those receivers tend to be like the Kelvin Benjamins of the world that don't separate much and win 50-50 balls as their primary means of production. Do I think the T-Wolves should trade Cat? Absolutely not. I'd be pretty sad if they did. Handoff goes to Fitzgerald, but neither team is doing a lot on the ground. Clement had the one long touchdown, but that was just one play. All right, Shore. Let's see if he can throw it short. Incomplete. 2 of 8 now. Wouldn't say that's all on Shore, though. Let's call a better play then. Cohen stays in. 4 on the rush. We handle it. Thought we did. Pressure gets there again. Let me watch that play one more time because I just saw like nobody in the middle for Denver. Oh, this is where the separation happened there. Right when the pressure arrives. Could it be another overtime game here in the preseason? It's happened before in my streams. Pat O'Donnell sends it away. Langley on the return. Brought down by Romero. Hey Kane, watch your videos since the Minnesota Vikings franchise. Thanks for your effort and the content and a lot of content in your videos. Greetings from Germany. Thank you very much. Kelly on first down. Did not pass the line of scrimmage, apparently, and that pass will put them into field goal range. That makes things a little interesting here late. We have some drama, maybe overtime. Get him. Kelly tries to scramble, and there's Alex Anzalone on the stop. Anzalone was on the IR all last season after suffering a preseason injury. Mega Mad Dog sends a super chat. Hey Kane, is Chad Kelly carrying on the number 6 legacy? Hashtag smoking Jay Cutler. Also, thoughts on maybe Edelman for 2018 NFL Comeback Player of the Year. Yeah, I'd say he's definitely in that conversation. What about Deshaun Watson, though? He's going to get a lot of hype if he comes back and throws a million touchdowns again, so it could be him. Hands off Corey Clement. What about Odell Beckham? He was hurt much of last year, too. Second down for Chad Kelly. What is he doing? Out to Clement, who turns around the wrong way. That must be what Paranoid Pocket Presence does in this game as a trait. I want to see Chad Kelly's ratings after this is over. Aaron Rodgers, yeah, that's another one you could consider. J.J. Watt. Whitney Merciless. So another field goal coming here, and we'll see if we can do something with Shore at quarterback. It's been pretty rough. David Johnson, wow. You could make, this was a common thing said last year. You could make like a Pro Bowl team out of the players on injured reserve a season ago. Could the Browns beat the best IR team from a year ago if they were all still hurt? Would the Browns beat them? Oh, there was a crease. There was. Richard Sherman. What improvements does Madden 19 need in franchise mode? For me, it starts with the AI. The CPU needs to make smarter decisions, whether it be who they draft, who they sign, who they trade for. Their play calling. I think it starts there. I would love to see them implement coaching staffs like you see in NCAA, where those staffs will have impacts on your players. How many times have we seen recently in the NFL? Like, look what Sean McVay did for the Rams a year ago. That needs to be in Madden, where you can sign a great up-and-coming coordinator who can add ratings to your quarterback or something of that nature. Kayson Shore finds Hackney, and we're back in field goal range. Fifth grab for DJ Hackney. I'd also like to see them expand the injury system to have more like questionables, doubtfuls, and have more injuries that just affect ratings in a slight way. Maybe a player's dealing with, a hamstring injury. His speed would go down by like 4, so it's not debilitating, but you have to consider the risk or reward of playing that player. I would love that decision-making element to be in Madden. Another one for Hackney. Oh, man. Which quarterback do the Steelers trade away, and where does he go to? I think Josh Dobbs will be the odd man out, and I think that he'll probably just get released. Dumped off for Cohen now. Timeout Broncos. I don't remember the coordinators affecting player progression on PS2. That was too long ago, and I can't remember very well. Uh-oh, this could be iffy. Prater's kick. No cause for concern. It's good. Why doesn't Madden have the fifth-year options? Great question. Phenomenal question. Where are the fifth-year options? And why are practice squad players signed to one-year deals and then able to hit unrestricted free agency? In real life, they'd be given like a 3-year contract, and then when that's up, they'd be a restricted free agency, a restricted free agent. Or if they were signed to a 1-year deal, they would be an exclusive rights free agent, and they couldn't even negotiate with somebody else. It'd be more like how baseball handles their players before their arbitration and whatnot is over with. So yeah, there's a lot of things that could make Madden better in many areas. Joe Mixon, big year after improved offensive line for the Bengals. Yeah, I could see it. Definitely could see it. All right, here's that third down blitz. Let's see if Kelly can handle it. Wait, why didn't Bird go anywhere? As Dre gets beat downfield and Aguilar downfield. Oh, my. Well, I wanted to get aggressive there, and it didn't work out. They did attack deep, like I said they should. Nelson Aguilar. Really good release there against Dre. Not sure how he didn't make the tackle. But now, we are trailing with 48 seconds to play. It'll take a touchdown, everybody. Kendall Demmons on the return. Getting us to the 27-yard line. I jammed there playing cover 0 because I didn't think they'd go deep. I knew it was a risk. I just thought I'd get away with it. That and it's preseason, so I don't care about wins and losses. Oh, no, I had Square right there. Square was just about to be wide open. All right, we have to go 80 yards now in 39 seconds. You know who needs to be out there? Jakeem Grant. That'll have to wait, though. Rushing 4. Stepping up. Cameron, no! Incomplete. We still have 2 timeouts, but will we get a chance to use them? We'll go short now. Jakeem Grant to the 24. Let's use a timeout now. 4th and 13. Needs to be something big. Could be Marquis Cole there at the sticks. Let's block with Fitzgerald just in case, or Hackney on the open side. Fumble. Didn't have the time there. We turn it over on downs. I tried to go deep so much in this game, so the offensive line got exposed, and backups are never going to do well in all Madden like this. So we're going to drop this game, but I think we're all excited about what Clay Stites did today. That was really fun watching him throw the football. So I feel a lot better about him and the starting offense. Lester Stallings was a concern. Just he didn't play well in that first quarter. But hopefully he plays better and we can develop him quickly. So Denver wins. Let's check on some stats and wrap this thing up. Clay Stites completed 62% of his passes, 243 yards. Average of 10 yards per attempt. There were some really good plays out of Stites, including the first throw of the day and the Marquis Cole juggled catch. On the ground, Clement had one big play, and Sean Price showed some potential. Didn't get many of his yards after contact, though. In the receiving day, DJ Hackney with 5 catches and a drop. Kendall Demmons did well in his role. And then a couple drops here for Crane, and they say 3 for Marquis Cole. For the Bear defense, 2 sacks for Dante Rooks, a pick for Bird, a pick for Amukamara. And then for tackles, 8 for Tull, Anzalone, and Marcus Calhoun. How many times do we get sacked, by the way? 8. Way too many. I cleaned it up toward the end of last year in some ways. I guess not every game. I had some games where we didn't get sacked 9 times, basically. Hopefully Joe Thomas helps fix things. Yep, that was Verlin Dre who got beat. He's not really good in press, and I put him in press against a starting receiver. We'll check on injuries now, too, because there were a number of them in that game. And they were all minor. They're all going to return for next week's game. There was... Oh, yeah, I wanted to see Chad Kelly's... I had to see his traits, because I want to know why he runs around the way he does. Senses pressure average, I would disagree. Forces passes balanced. What makes him do those things? I thought it would have been sensing pressure, but it's average. Huh. There's something about him that makes him just so erratic. Never comfortable in the pocket. For those of you that want a slider update, nothing has changed recently, but this is what I'm playing on. All Madden, by the way. All the same as last time. All right. How long has the stream been going on, by the way? We are about an hour and a half, not quite. What do you say we go into practice mode and maybe just see a few more players we didn't get to see much of today? That sound fun? I don't want to do another full game today, but I'm down to do, 10-15 minutes of practice. There's not much left of these cashews. So, is Battlefield 5 confirmed to be World War II? I'm going to watch the reveal after I am done streaming, but if it's World War II, I'll have lower expectations, just as far as me enjoying it. I realize that it's time for games to go back in time again because the modern shooter has been a thing for a decade, but I was kind of cool with it being that way. They're gonna blitz. Well, what about covering? What's your favorite food, Kane? It's always been pizza. I love me some pizza. Although recently, I've been eating more tacos than anything. Do a Hail Mary in 2-minute scenario with Stites. Can he come through when needed? It would be a little hard to set up, but I guess it's possible. Let's try a 2-minute drill right here. We'll start at our own 20. Thank you for the super chat, Sunshine. Alright, so let's call this 1st and 10 from the 20. Here's Stites, quick, caught, Shaheen, gain of 7. It's 2nd and 3. On the right hash. Second down and 3. Is that a catch? I think that's a catch by Meredith. I didn't see the yard line there. So it's a 1st down. This is one of the more difficult throws to make as well. Yeah, and that is a catch. At the 44.5 yard line, it's 1st and 10. So a new set of downs. Trying to mix up the formation as well. 1st and 10. Regis. That's a catch to the 40 of our opponents, the other Bears. So it's another 1st down. I wish they let you practice this kind of stuff. Just say what scenario you want to practice, and it just lets you do it. That would be awesome in Madden. Another catch here. This is Adam Shaheen to the 34 yard line. It's 2nd down. Well, 2nd down and 4 now. Quickly, again, incomplete. It's 3rd and 4. So our first non-positive play. Third and 4. Let's say the 30 yard line is a 1st down. We got it to Acho at the 25 yard line or so. Oh, sacked. Now we back up. Second down and long. As I really can't do much here with the plays unless I go back to the pick a play menu. Knocked away, third and long. We'll go middle now, and that's caught by Acho at the 24. Whoops. I did not want to flip sides. That's going to ruin everything. I have no idea where the first down marker is. Sorry, this is kind of boring, but I thought it was a cool idea to test out a little 2-minute situation here with the offense. So we'll call it fourth down, and like, I don't even know how much I had to go. I'll say that the 15-yard line is the, let's say that I have to get to like the 12. We're going for it all. Stites, end zone, broken up for Harlan Regis. Still fun. Wow. He's incredible. I'm really impressed with his accuracy. Super chats rolling in here. I got 2 from Sunshine. Thank you. Fans since Season 2, Week 5-ish of the Chargers franchise. That's awesome. Chargers franchise was one of my favorite series I've done. I really enjoyed that team. Reggie Shepard, one of my all-time favorite draft picks. I should have a timer on this, but I have to go to the pause menu and stuff. They should just make it so we can replicate scenarios in Madden without needing to Frankenstein it together. Up top, Regis. Wow. That was nice positioning by Callahan. You never know what play I'm going to break out. Hey, Kane, how have the quarterbacks looked? Clay Stites has been downright phenomenal today. I've been really impressed with his accuracy at all areas of the field. If he gets time and open looks, he can do some damage. A super chat now from Mega Mad Dog. Kane, what's your opinion on why Teddy signed with the Jets if he probably knew his chances of starting were slim to none with his injury, with McCown coming back and a rookie quarterback at number 3 overall? I'm guessing the interest was very limited. So that's why I think he took the Jets. I'm sure if he had a different offer, he'd probably take it because it doesn't really make sense. I think it just came down to this was the best he could do. Incredible throw. And the word out of training camp there is that Teddy did really well in the first day of OTAs, for what it's worth. If you haven't already done so, please leave a like on the live stream. Those are very helpful, so it just helps others find the channel and enjoy the series and the content here as well. You can also hit that bell next to the subscribe icon if you want notifications when I post videos. And also, I've been making these posts, which kind of function almost like a blog post for YouTube. It's basically a text update where I can talk to you about what's happening, what's coming, when streams are going to happen, and that's how I want to keep you up to date on the channel. I have posted those posts today on both of my channels, and I want to keep doing them as a way to let you know what to expect and when to expect it. What did we peak at today? 869 viewers was the peak. And I appreciate all of you spending some of your Wednesday here with me. But I will look to be wrapping things up here in just a moment. Fun stream. And we'll do it again here soon. I'll also be doing a stream later this week on my second channel as I kick off the Super Mega Baseball 2 series. Which, if you're not aware already, I posted this in my post. So if you're subscribed there with notifications, you already would have seen this. But I'm starting the series with an intro episode that shows off the 8 teams that I have created for the league. And they're a combination of brand new players, players from past series of mine. And we have an 8-team league, and we're opening the series with a tournament. And it's going to be, the first episode will have highlights from the first round games. And then I'll be live streaming the semifinals and the finals of that tournament. And then we're going to kick off, that's how we're kicking off the series. A look at all 8 teams and a tournament to define a preseason champion of sorts. And I'm looking forward to doing that very much. It's going to be fun. Let's see Stites run. All right. It's decent. Not great. He's definitely not Trubisky outside the pocket. But it's functional mobility for sure. One more touchdown and we'll wrap things up here. Who's going to score it? One more touchdown for Clay Stites. To the middle. Acho denied. Nope. They want the stream to keep going. Ooh. Okay, that was the worst throw from Stites I think we've seen overall. I love that NCAA football series you are making. Thank you, Jordan. The Kayson Dynasty has been an outstanding project. And a very rewarding one. Stream for 6 more hours. Would you not be content with 5? Why 6? I'm not sure if I can make it 6 hours. The stream's going to wrap up here pretty soon, actually, as I will be having dinner and catching up on that Battlefield 5 reveal. I really enjoyed Battlefield on this generation, but I did not have as much fun with Battlefield 1 just because the content and multiplayer was really lacking. Not much to really unlock or do. Well, I guess there was stuff to do. Just, I prefer modern. The story mode was fun though, the campaign. I loved the whole mini story aspect of it. I'd probably rather have a historic campaign but a modern multiplayer. There we go. Thank you for the super chat, Alec. I've been a fan since your Madden 12 Vikes franchise, my favorite series being your Sammy Hollins Road to Glory. Have you thought about doing another Road to Glory? I have, and I was going to last year with a running back, but then I began doing a running back series on Madden, so it kind of seemed redundant. I think I'll do another Road to Glory at some point. I'm just not sure what position I want to play with, but I have thought about doing shorter Road to Glories with players from my franchises, and just playing out like their senior seasons in college. That'd be really fun. And it wouldn't take a lot of time to just knock out like 12 to 14 games with like Nate Bell at Wisconsin or Reggie Shepard at USC. It'd be a great time, I think. It'd be a good project for the summer, maybe. But that's going to do it for today, everybody. Thank you all for supporting the channel, having a good time with me today. I enjoy these streams, and we'll have another preseason stream here before the week is done, as we'll go through games 2 and 3 together. Please leave a like if you haven't already. Hit that subscribe button, and you can also get those notifications by hitting the bell if you want to know when videos are posted as soon as they are posted. And I'll see you all again soon. Have a great day, everybody.